a common sight in the 80s and 90s. Not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Straight ahead, it's Wildcard Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Washington football team and the San Francisco 49ers. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A give to Gibson running right. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Always so many storylines when you're playing January football. And, Charles, you talk about this offense, their head coach, it's his first time in charge in the playoffs. And I think you and I were both kind of surprised by his demeanor and specifically his comments and his confidence at the press conference where he really all but guaranteed a victory.
Yeah, I was a little bit taken aback because you don't normally see that. And on one hand, it's like, all right, cool. He feels great about his team. But on the other hand, I don't think it's in his best interest to do that. How many playoff games has he won again, Brandon?
None. So
there's your answer right there. I guess what he was trying to do was fire up his team, but he has to make
touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, 57 yards. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. 49ers nothing. Young Wade is set to kick off. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. This one caught out wide by Landry. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he's got room. There he goes, left side. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Well, CD, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. That deserves a couple exclamation points. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Got a man. It's De'Ami Brown, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So a nice throw right there. And this, we all know, a big test for this young man at quarterback. He guided his team into the playoffs as a wild card. And now here he is on the road looking to get his guys to the second round. It's certainly a tough task no matter how you slice it.
Oh, I absolutely agree 100%. And while no one around the franchise is going to, co-sign on what I'm about to say, because all they're focused on is winning this game. But let's face it, partner, no matter what happens in this one, they've got their quarterback to build their roster around for the future. That's got to feel good for everyone associated with this team.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll look to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, It's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Back to the ground with Gibson. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin there to make the grab. And Washington has taken the lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Still going. And he will score. Touchdown, 49ers. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Well, now how about this return? And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it. And this is going to be 49er football. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Shotgun now for Lance. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the 1st quarter. These 2 teams all tied after 1. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A toss, left side, Johnson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the 1st half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Lance to throw it. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now a play fake. Lance. He'll buy some time right. Going to throw deep for the end zone. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk there to make the grab. And the 49ers have moved out in front. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
88 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. Working with his 2nd and 4. Now a handoff. Johnson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. So a nice run there. And I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game, too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it often, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
Second down at 4. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Lance. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
He just danced away from that one defender on his way to a gain of about 7 yards.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Three yards remain for second down. Throwing now is Lance. Eluding the pressure right. And out of bounds right around the 20.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
Check.
Running the jet sweep, Landry. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. Oh, a good move at the 5. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour. Second and goal from inside the 5. To Johnson again. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Kerryon Johnson with his second touchdown here in this first half. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now up to 14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get in.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
They'll run it with Johnson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense, as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin, and he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wildcard matchup, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, it may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Lance. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. Lance now to throw. That's Samuel, caught left side. Touchdown! Deebo Samuel, 27 yards. And the Niners continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. At their own 20-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And he finds McLaurin. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw, escaping the pressure right. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing the colleges deliver to the NFL.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On first down, Gibson. There to stop him was Carlton Davis.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
2nd and 9.
He'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
They'll run with Gibson.
And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. They'll look to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get this hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And they are going to get this one back, it looks like. So nearly like-for-like fumbles, but they hang on to this thing and keep it a turnover. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Johnson running left. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line.
133 yards rushing for him now as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the 2nd round. Throwing on first down is Lance.
To the right side, and he's got Landry. Complete. Touchdown, 49ers!
Like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Yeah, and that was sheer determination right there. He decided before the play, if there was a sliver, he was going to take advantage of it. Looked the ball in, turned on the Jets, and took it all the way.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and the lead will swell by one more. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
Now Gibson.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That second down play nets a -4.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. Back to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 36. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Second and 14.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wildcard matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Washington on third down.
They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll drop to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Flushed out right. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
2nd down and 8.
He'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll set up to throw.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And Washington able to close the gap just a bit.
Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When they'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Again, it's Sermon.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Now Lance.
Eluding the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the 1st down.
Looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game. And when you've got an opportunity to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel the frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes their way. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Here's Lance.
And able to haul it in is Kittle.
And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 180 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Sermon now on 1st and 10.
Well, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
First man through, it's the fullback use check. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. He picks up 7 yards there, but they're still faced with a difficult 3rd and goal here. And they'll indeed take a knee. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? They bring the pressure as he gets this one away. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law. And it's 9/10 of this game, too, having the football count.
You're so litigious. So a new set of downs after a big mistake on special teams. And they take a knee. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game.